This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner. Here today, Sandra Smith, Andrea Tantaros, Kirsten Powers, and today's hashtag.
I'm privileged to
You're one of our favorite
see. I haven't been on with Sandra in a little while,
it's
so
great to see
I'm
you.
excited.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm wearing new shoes.
Hey,
That's how
I love it.
excited.
They're pretty
That's how
hot.
excited I am.
We got to
Big
step
day
on.
in news.
Are you going to come out of your shell today?
I'm going to try.
Okay, good.
I will try to speak up.
Very popular, and I think him being out there is good for her. I actually disagree. I think him being on these shows is good for her.
You brought up a good point, though, Kirsten. It's not that.
So you are doing Arthur, what do you think about skipping this straw poll?
I agree with his statement about a solid year and a half away, and look, this is a calculated thing. It's not like he woke up like, oh, let's just go skip it. He and his advisors presumably know what they're doing by him.
Going to play and who's not going to play. I would say this. The Iowa GOP chairman Jeff Kaufman told the Register newspaper, we hope Governor Bush rethinks his decision and realizes that
First in the nation, and they think that they should put in a million years.
It's also like Bill Clinton skipped the Iowa primary when he ran the first time, you know, and because Tom Harkin was running and he knew he wasn't going to
I believe they're irrelevant. They're not always accurate. Look what happened in London, right? That they had the polling all wrong there.
I think he knows that Iowa the last time around, and you saw Huckabee do very well in these other.
I mean, I would miss Powers because
I'm talking about. What? I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I really did not. I mean, lens of race and gender, it's a
about Andrea. Okay.
What would you
I think Andrea's right. I think that
And if you're Hillary Clinton, who is the president not talking about? You're the candidate.
Well,
I think
just happy.
I think it's a way that to delegitimize is actually something that usually is used against Republicans. So it's interesting seeing it used against the president. If you're going to disagree with us, we're going
I live in, when I have to go in front of a jury, you know, if you have, and it almost seems like that's what's going on here. You know, they don't want to take on the actual core of the argument, the actual crux of it. Let's take this hard right turn, and in my world, it's like, let's distract the jury from the fact that there's 3 eyewitnesses that said the guy did it. Let's go in this direction. That's what they pay me to do. I'm sorry.
would boost the
I want to ask you something, Kirsten. What do you think about
I think there should be debate.
democracy.
People are allowed to have.
sexism name thing to kind of deflect?
Yeah.
whole book on it called The Silencing.
I sure did.
Which we're going to talk about later in the show,
We
aren't we?
are going to talk about it. It has your picture.
Yes, absolutely. I think the military members currently and the veterans military budget 0.00001%, $115,000 doesn't even get you 2 Jets home tickets for a whole season if you put in that. I'm serious. Captain in the Army. I was born in an Army base. I love it.
Thank you for his service and your service, making the point that this is an effective recruiting tool.
I think that it is.
Government money, they're not looking at it as it's your hard-earned tax dollars, as often is the case.
There's an opposite to this argument. Like, what would it be? Do you give up any of that?
But why do you have to be paid for that? Why would you need to? What are you?
These are all about money.
Well, and they would,
But even if they are being paid, who
they would
argue
probably
against
argue
that?
we have to get the staff, we got to get the people to hold out the flag. We're spending money on that. We're spending money on the
You
advertising.
know what? If you were head of PR for one of these teams, especially like the Ravens, today would be a smart move to step up and say, we'll donate that time.
All right, well, hey, the call is out there.
Arthur wants to silence.
Yeah. Well, our issue, and you said, and we've talked about this before, and in your book you get into it, how across
demonstration, and she was actually she told the police officer that she had to act the way she acted. You know, this is not, this idea of free speech is actually violence is something that's really taking root on our campuses.
Kirsten, yesterday I gave you a shout out because I did get an advance.
People are being silenced, and it's not just conservatives who are being silenced. It's why is a question maybe for the next book. But for now, yeah, but honestly,